Hey friends, coming at you live from Mozambique with a quick, encouraging word for those of you who need to be lifted up and edified about your life in God and your growth with your faith. Oftentimes, when we're praying, it seems like God's not answering. And sometimes, though, it's just as simple as one thing, and it's that you're finding everything else satisfying you in the answer you want above Him Himself. A relationship with God and learning to hear Him starts with us just desiring to hear His heart for us and for the world. I would encourage you that when you're trying to get God to answer something, when you really desire an answer to something, that you recognize that His love for you, that Him creating you and saying yes to you and you being on the earth and Him having a purpose for you is enough for you to stop and breathe in and be calm on not receiving an answer and just setting yourself in, I just want to know what your heart is. I just want to know what you have to say to me. If we will come in those moments where we really need answers on things, and we'll remember to posture ourselves with, you know what? Your presence, God, is enough. If I just sit here and I spend time listening to what you want to talk to me about, or the silence you want to bring, or the presence that you want to bring me with your security, it's enough. Sometimes that's all it takes for Him to answer. You see, when we are so driven by, we just want the answer, and our obsession and our passion with meeting Him is actually only so that we can be relieved of an answer of something. Sometimes God will make us wait for that very reason. Because once we're satisfied with an answer, we'll distance ourselves from Him because we become comfortable and because we don't need Him anymore. But God actually longs for us to have a relationship of simplicity, of just being with Him and Him knowing us and us being satisfied with Him knowing us. You see, God desires to be with you, to know you, and for you to know how much He already knows you. He spoke you into existence. He saw you in your mother's womb. He spoke your name over you. And if we will just find rest in the satisfaction of, I'm meeting with the God of the universe today, and that's enough. My very breath is from Him. The answers seem to just come. I know I found that to be true in my life, that when I truly desire answers, as I've grown with God, the more and more I just, in my time with Him, I say, Father, I'm here and I just want to hear your voice. Or Father, I'm here. Whatever you want to say to me, I'm listening. Father, what do you want to talk to me about today? Father, what do you want me to write down today? In those moments where I'm discovering what He has to say, the answers find themselves. A lot of times the thing that I was so worried about, or the question I need an answer to, is really simple. I just ask Him, or I'm reading the Word of God in that moment and I'm like, man, this is what you really want me to do. And He's just like, simply, yeah, that was it. You discovered it in me. So many of our questions can actually, my friends, be discovered in God, in Himself, in His nature, in His presence, in His character, in who He is. That many times He'll wait giving us an answer, because if we'll just discover Him, the answer is there. I know there's a mystery to that, but there is a mystery in God. He is God. And so I want to encourage you today that if you're really looking for answers on something, just return back to that He's enough. Just return back to the satisfaction that you find in just meeting with God. And that no matter what, that waiting, even if it's until your last breath, He has the answer. But what you find is, when you find yourself satisfied just in His presence, so many of the questions we need answered get answered and more. Because He's a Father too, and He wants to give abundantly beyond what we could ever imagine or think, and well above and beyond what the answer is that probably we want to hear anyway. Just wait until your heart and your flesh submit to your spirit, and your spirit is satisfied with just being in Him, and then ask Him your question, and I bet you'll find your answer. I hope that encourages you guys. Continue to go in courage and walk in faith, friends. We love you.